You ever heard of the mysterious Mr. Enter? He was or is a YouTube animation critic guy. I think he's more or less the original YouTube animation critic guy. I have a couple of his videos re-uploaded on my channel for posterity's sake. And I've been thinking about him tonight. Just thinking about him. Oh, happy birthday, YouTube, by the way. And I've been thinking about him because I was just thinking about the fact that I used to really like what he made as a kid, but now thinking back on it, watching his older stuff and getting a glimpses at what his newer stuff is like, he is, was, and always has been a thoroughly unpleasant person. I don't know what he's like in real life, but given the way he seems to behave, he just seems very the people like to throw the word reactionary around a lot, but he really is like the sort of person who is genuinely a fucking reactionary. He is very unnecessarily bitter, and I know that's coming from me, right? I've had my spat my share fair of venom at art forms I don't fucking personally like, but he is unnecessarily fucking bitter with things that he should know better by now that making fucking animated TV shows, making any kind of fucking TV shows is hard, expensive work. And yeah, studios are going to cut down. Studios are going to manipulate the budget to try to save money, but there's only so much fucking weight the writers and fucking directors of these animated shows can bear. And yeah, obviously they're going to crank out a few bad episodes. Obviously, there are examples of shows that genuinely just drop in quality because the writers and directors stop giving a shit, like The Simpsons after season 11 ish. But I don't know. I'm for example, he reviewed a short animated YouTube thing called Breadwinners, which was it was made like 20 fucking 13. It became a Nickelodeon show that nobody remembers. And he made a review of, I think it was the pilot episode of that or the original animated short. Maybe it was both. But I remember the whole time he sounded almost morally outraged at the fact that this thing even existed. And it kind of just rubs me the wrong way these days, hearing him like an obviously very, very unsatisfied fucking person. And another problem that I have is that sometimes he takes his reviews and he makes 75% of the review just bitching about some other thing he has a problem with and using the episode that he's reviewing as a vehicle to talk about that. Like there is this thing called 12 Ounce Mouse. It was first of all, he deleted this video because I think he felt bad about it. Which goes to show you how bad it must have been. It was an Adult Swim thing. And if you've ever grown up or seen any Adult Swim at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a dumb, fucking low budget, 1:30 a.m. on a Friday night Adult Swim thing. And for some reason, he took that video and he used it as a vehicle to bitch and moan and complain about postmodernism, which is, like I've explained before, is a word that I do not even understand the fucking definition of, and every time someone tries to explain it to me, I'm like, why are you arguing about that? That doesn't even make sense. The fucking modernism versus postmodernism is like asking whether you should boil fucking pasta in oil or salt water. Like, neither. Fresh water. Anyway, this realization about fucking Mr. Enter kind of blew the gates open in my head and made me realize more or less that a lot of the people I was watching on YouTube growing up just aren't that good. A lot of the people I put on pedestals, I watch them now and I realize that they were junk. I'm not gonna name names, mostly because I would take too long for me to pick names out of my head, but yeah, it's a little bit of a realization. Sad realization. And it's also sad to realize that I missed out on a lot of stuff while I, had the chance to watch it while it was fresh too. Um what does this have to do with Mr. Enter? I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. I think he honestly needs like I don't know, a massage or some weed or some mushrooms or some pussy or some bussy or some cock or some whatever else he needs to fucking calm himself down because he's obviously a very screwed up, wound up fucking man who is using media reviews as like his stress therapy sessions, and I'd really rather he just go out and take a swim or something instead. And like find peace, dude. He also tried to like write a fucking his own fucking kids book series or start his own fucking TV show, and it basically proved to everybody that like he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing or what the fuck he's talking about or writing about any better than the writers of the shows that he's criticizing. Yeah. Well, that was all I had to say.